Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Winter Wonderland here on Scrubs Central. My name is Velvet, and we are here with number 3, featuring Narvel Bass and Turtle Beard. We transition to here for you. Now, this is another weird seed where the medallions and the dungeon rewards are all shuffled into the pool, and you have to find them. I will hand you over to two very competent people in the booth, which is Kamiko Sky and Seven Deadly Sins. How are you two doing?
What is going on? Thank you so much, Velvet. I'm so excited for this Rubik's Cube that is right in front of us. It's going to be fabulous. 1 and 2 were not as difficult as this one, I will say. But that's the beauty of it. And I'm joined by my lovely partner, Sky. How are you, Sky?
How did I get here? What's going on? Hello, everyone. I have no idea what the settings for this seed is. I have no idea what the goal is. None of that. I'm going into this pretty much blind. I could check the settings. I'm not going to refresh my memory.
Well, the settings are truly the beauty of this seed. And I'm not sure that I'll expound upon that more. Because that's the fun of it, isn't it?
Yes.
So hopefully our runners are ready and willing to get confused, because I think we all did. But
Well,
the
the
beauty
race
of these, at least, is that we're forced to kill skulls. So we will say that of the settings from 2, now we have skulls and cows to think about.
I'm hoping we don't have to do Link's house cow. I would hate to have to do that.
Well, the beauty of that is that that is actually a hint. Unfortunately, we do have to think about it, but at least it's hinted. So somewhere in the game will tell us whether or not we need the Link's house cow. We hope we don't need it, but
Thank goodness it is an always hint. Hyrule Field is on the way of the hero. Frogs 2 has a Megaton hammer. I missed the first hint that was given on Temple of Time.
Okay, a little bit of
Malon's... Oh, it's a claim check on Link's house cow.
So that's... You love that.
And the Gerudo Valley cow is a gold sculpture token. Inside Ganon's castle has a strength.
So, the things that we do know is that overworld checks are actually all going to be junk. Our medallions are somewhere. We don't know how to get them. Somehow, through our songs and skulls and hopefully cows, we'll find the way. And we see Turtlebeard here checking the skull. What could it be? Why, looky there. What the heck is that? It's not supposed to be there.
That's a fireman.
That's a fireman.
I love how we've got Dungeon Reward Shuffle in Rando. I feel that's just amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Because especially when you're used to playing a Scrub Seed, this is nowhere on your mind. There's absolutely no way. This is just a skull. Whatever. I don't need that. Well, you do in fact need that. One of 9 very important items. Narvel. Very cute token. About that.
I love how we've got a battle between Link and Pepsi Man as well. Who do you think wins the Battle of the Model?
Oof, well, it's an easy Pepsi Man. Although I will say the color is kind of nice on Turtlebeard's side. But like, come on, that shield? Like, how is that not just like an immediate win?
I feel like I'm watching every time Marvel backwalks. I'm watching an ad.
Truly is. And on Storms, we have Sarias. So we have logical access to the forest now as an adult.
We can also rush Bunny Hood if we wanted? Question mark.
Bunny Hood. Who doesn't love the Bunny Hood?
The extra 50% movement speed that they've added into Rando is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, and this Tangle model is just, man, wow. I absolutely love that. And the nose and everything, like, God, that is just perfect. Whoever ported that in, thank you. You've all done every single one of us a service today.
I use Ruby Rose for adult and Miku for child.
Love the Ruby Rose.
Yeah, it's a good model.
It really is. Scythe is just such a cool weapon.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like here we're going to see what information we have over here.
Well, the hint on top of, on Castle 1 is that Frogs 2 is a Megaton Hammer.
Unfortunately, it did say that. Tingle with the Bunny Hood is just... and it's clipping through his little head. Come on.
Okay, that is a bit bad.
That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. That's definitely a win from Narvel here. GG's. But actually, back to the seat. God, it's so good. Okay.
We're just getting all of the speed today.
Okay. Well,
we
got a wet t-shirt, but unfortunately with these settings, with our dungeons actually being foolish, we don't need that.
They're all pre-completed. We don't need to delve into dungeons. They're just... It is a silly choice. Well, it is a silly place even, I should say.
Maybe, maybe for skulls, but it's only the overworld skulls that we really care about in this seed. Look at that. There's a BGS on the skull in there.
Thanks, we have all of the speed up items. We've got Bunny Hood, we've got the Goron Sword.
Yeah, this is already kind of like... already kind of nice so far. Especially having the Bunny Hood. Serenade and Lon Lon. You do love that. You definitely love that, yeah. Getting out of Lon Lon, especially being able to go all the way to the lake is really nice. Maybe if that wasn't there, maybe we could have seen a save Quinn, perhaps?
Possibly? Oh, but we've also got a Spirit Med in Lon Lon Ranch.
Now we do. You gotta love to see that.
There's nothing on the skull rewards, are there?
Well, yes and no. Did we already check the CAC Skull House? I actually missed that.
We haven't. But we did, however, get a water medallion on the scrubs.
Yes. So the things that we're realizing now is that this seed, all of our medallions are shuffled within the limited amount of checks that we have. So it's either scrubs, cows, or overworld skulls. That's our way forward.
And for the cows, we need opponents, which we didn't end up starting with. We started with Sentence and Time. We do have a red bottle though, a red potion bottle, so we can now do bean patch scrubs.
Yes, and that's very, very, very needed. You know, we don't have a boomerang. We don't have a hook shot. We don't have a bow. What the heck are we going to collect skulls with? Where are the skulls? So we definitely needed that.
Well, the skulls don't drop skull tokens.
Well, sometimes they do.
Yeah,
And, you know,
sometimes they do, yeah.
sometimes they just give you a wallet, you know?
Sometimes they give you a wallet, sometimes they give you the Pagoran sword, sometimes they give you a medallion. Wait, how did they get a medallion?
You know,
How-
these are really powerful scrubs and
yeah,
skulls
they ended
and
up.
cows. That's
These
all I'll say.
these sculptures just went to the sacred realm. They managed to make it in there somehow.
Yeah, they were like caught in the dresses of the goddesses, and they just happened to like steal these and leave. Get thrown on the planet somewhere.
There's a Colossus as well.
There's quite a few paths actually in this. So what paths do we have so far? I'm actually curious.
Well, there's a command that we can use in chat for this.
This is why I love this channel.
Yes.
So currently we have Hyrule Field and Desert Colossus. Okay. Thank you again to our lovely restreamer. Couldn't do it without you.
Yep. Velvet is amazing.
Agreed. Oh, and the skull trolls. Oh my god, that is such an annoying skull to get out of logic. Kind of a pain. The angle is not what you think it is.
We are going to see child spawn.
Okay, where are we going? Ah, yes. Lazy Man's Prelude. Love that.
We start with Prelude. We don't need to save quit anymore.
Thanks, game. Thank you, Mido. Appreciate that. Why didn't you take me somewhere cool like the Valley? Put me in front of the Temple of Time.
Who actually
I kind of walked in a circle in the Temple of Time after I changed to a kid. I've still been faster than that. Appreciate that. Thanks, game.
Who actually rolled this? Was it Velvet? Was it?
It was definitely.
It was
the bot for sure.
Okay.
But who none other than our beautiful restreamer could have come up with these settings for the bot to roll. So you know, there's no plan, though. You know, it's all the bot. But Velvet still gave us these beautiful settings to begin with. So I still kind of think of it as, completely made by Velvet, yet not.
Yes.
The bot had a second hand in it. That's okay.
What
did we get off of that skull? Well, that's spicy. We got a Farore's Wind off of the one thing we could check in the Zora's River. Gotta love that.
Actually, it's not going to be a time save. We don't need it. We can't warp overworld anywhere.
Right? Isn't it so? That's so cruel in these settings. Like FW is one of the items when you get it, you're like, oh, cool! I can do cool things with this item. Yeah, not when you don't enter a dungeon. That sucks.
We've just been told that Hyrule Castle is a foolish choice. We do not need to do Storm's Grotto. And that's the only check that we haven't done that we could do.
True. Yeah, I was nice. Yeah, thank you, Velvet. But how long does the kindness last?
You know, the settings remind me of the anti-weekly settings that were around a few years ago. The anti-weekly, as it sounds, is just the inverse of the checks that you could do for the weekly.
Oh yeah.
So if, for example, Song Sanity is off in the weeklies. Song Sanity would be on in the anti-weekly. Domain Foolish.
Gotta love that. That's one of my favorite hints to see, actually, because, like, domain, there's only 3 things in there. And K and unfreezing that guy, like, really? Come on. That's just a boulder.
There's
Like,
less in the seed. It's only going to be, what, 1 check?
but yeah, it's specifically in these settings, there is 1 skull in there.
Meanwhile, Sacred Forest Meadow is on the way of the hero.
However, there is, I believe, a grotto in ZD, but I think it's a fairy fountain, or is there scrubs in there?
It's definitely not a scrub grotto. I would remember if it was a scrub
fountain.
grotto from co-op. I think.
I believe it's a fairy fountain.
I believe it's a
it's a
mini
fairy
fairy fountain. Yeah.
Yep. And we have Nehru's. Lovely.
Awesome.
Lovely.
Don't love Nehru's love.
Well, considering we're at 4 HP, and Narvel actually has magic. We're at 4 HP, and this is a limited item pool, so we are only gonna see so many things. So the aspect of just getting more hearts is actually very limited in this seed. So
if you need
seeing the neighbors there is not actually bad. It's actually quite good.
If you need safety, then it's a good safety net.
Yeah. You never really think about neighbors being useful until you die at 1 HP, like by everything, because you have 4 hearts.
It's also logic.
It is indeed. It is
because we have Scrub Sanity on, and it's logically required because of Scrub Sanity to
use it on the fire pit going to those scrubs in the Golden City. Yeah, that is absolutely a thing that can be used in logic. And oh, look at that, we have Song of Time. We have the things to go there.
It's in logic.
Interesting.
Narvel's already at 4 rewards.
Yeah, the rewards are just kind of rolling right now. One interesting thing to note is that the access to the castle is all 9 rewards. So to be able to go to our pal the dwarf and see what he has to say for us about our yellow stick, we have to get everything essentially to go talk to him. So that might be a bit.
Meanwhile, Sacred Forest Meadow is on the way of the hero. We got Minuet Forest as our Saria song. And also we got a hint that says that Nehru's Love can be found in Lost Woods.
You gotta love that, especially after you get it.
Spider Behind Webs is Stone of Agony. I believe that is the Castle Storm's grotto.
Yeah, I believe you're right. That would be correct.
We know Hyrule Castle is foolish. Death Mountain Crater's song is a Nocturne of Shadow. You thought it was the... It might be... Is it? Oh wait, yes it is, because Castle Storms is locked behind a bomb. So yeah, you are right, it's the Hyrule Field one.
Yep.
It's where it's Hyrule Field Cow? The pain of a mirror shield. You can't break, you can't reflect.
I know, why can't you do that? That's so wild.
Probably because
the mirror shield is so OP, but its surface just breaks every projectile.
Mirror shield 2 OP, please nerf.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Not as useful as the mirror shield in Majora's Mask, but that's okay.
Yeah, to be fair, that you can't change shields in Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Once you get the mirror shield, you're stuck with the mirror shield.
Well, it's not like you want to ever unequip the one in Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
So.
We're also 2 songs away from a hammer, which will make doing these scrubs to adult very much easier.
Yeah, I mean, because we have no explosives. Like, how do we get anywhere? How do we get into anything except the Frog's 2 hinted hammer? So this is quite spicy. Having to do cows and scrubs. You know, having no explosives is a little bit of a how, not a when.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We have more skulls and more cows to check.
Yep.
Where are the items? Exactly.
Velvet, you forget. We don't need the items.
So we need some of them, but
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like we need we need
like, you know, maybe 7 of them, or maybe that's even too many of them. We need a few of them though.
yeah, like we need what? Oh, we've already got the magic meter. We need what? An arrow that shoots beams of light at people.
Oh, love that. Narvel going for a really cool logic skull.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Trials of the Gerudo. A few years ago, it was a community event, which was a really cool community event. And I believe that there was a Triforce piece on this skull, which has the light medallion instead.
Yes.
And people were learning that trick just because it was one of the fastest skulls we could get. So if you were going for the fastest time, you would go for that skull.
Yeah. I mean, that's one extra skull that you would just normally not get early on here. So
yeah.
So yeah, of course, that's the light medallion. We love that. That's one of 9 very important items. We do need to eventually kill Ganon.
Yes.
How? That's another question entirely. But you know, we are sort of like, we can't say halfway there, but we got some things and some stuff that was very important. But do we really? Is the question. Because where are our items? That's a silver scale. Okay, interesting. So now, with our scale, we have access to ZD, but ZD is foolish.
It gives us access to fountain. We can't do Fountainous Child. Actually, I think there's a skull. In Fountainous Child.
And in regards to the fountain, these settings actually do have an open fountain.
No need to weepskeep.
So, and there are skulls in there. You're absolutely correct. There are skulls in the fountain.
At least we have a bottle for Dorf. At least we have a bottle for Dorf, yes. Yes, we
bottle
don't
with a
have
potion in it, no less.
We don't have to worry about using our sword to deflect those beams of light.
I gotta say that the spin strat's pretty cool. Where you jump and then spin, like buffer a spin slash as you jump. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool strat. But I much rather prefer just stand there and use the bottle. Way easier.
See, man plays a Pepsi can as the ocarina.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man. It's beautiful. That's
there we
beautiful.
go.
Nice 50. Gotta love that. Ah, an Epona song. There you are.
I believe that was $50 on Lax.
Lax, that is correct. Yes. $50
yeah, because
Lax. Love that.
Yeah, because Turtlebeard has Eponas but doesn't have Lax.
There's a lot of medallions on Narvel's side.
Wait, the Gorgonzol's a vending machine?
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're rocking up to some people who are hating on you, or just some enemies in general, and you just bonk them with this vending machine.
Yeah, so our opponent is kind of nice to get there, because we need to do cows. So, and we need that opponent song very much to do that. So, luckily we can start doing that on Narvel's side. So at this point, you're asking yourself, you know, where, like, surely I just get all my items. But
At
like,
this
where
point, I'm
are they?
asking myself, what's the twist? What's the catch to this seed?
Where are they? Where are my things? I can't go anywhere. I gotta kill the skulls. Talk to the cows. So where's my things?
If we find Zelda's Lullaby and Storms, I think I would grab that hammer, even if we had a bomb bag, just because it means we've got a way to beat up Ganon. Although we've got
True.
the Goron sword, we don't necessarily need it. Anyway, have a Kiri Emerald. Why it was interested to Imper and Imper interested to a cow
Yeah,
instead of it being in the in the Deku Tree, I have no idea.
Yeah, the first cow we milk is a stone. Well, that's not foreboding at all.
Turtle has already gone to Lon Ranch cows.
Correct. And Long Lawn Ranch was actually nothing
I
as far as
mean,
the cows.
yeah. I guess the question is, what's the catch? Why? What is this seed going to just throw as a twist, as a funny haha? You need to do this.
Yeah, that's a great question. And this is when you're like panicking a little bit. I think, at least I certainly was.
Narvel, there's no skull here at this time. It needs to be
Fortunately,
night.
he does have. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I gotta say, you do have that sun song, and you are in an area that passes time normally, so you don't have to
Yes.
teleport yourself. I love that. This is
Skull
a
down.
fun skull to collect out of Logic.
Hmm.
Do we know the setup? Put yourself in the corner, side hop roll. Oh no, you have to put away the sword. Side hop roll. Brother, oh no, it's okay, you got this.
There we go.
I believe in you. Yes. Target. Oh, that's unfortunate. He did a forward slash. So now he's off alignment.
Oh, you need to crouch and then pull out the sword just so you don't get that swing to change your position.
There's actually a method that you can actually use the bounce off of the rock to do it, but he had to wait fully for his animation to be over.
There's the
roll
sapphire.
here. Oh, no. He has to wait to Z target towards the end. Okay, swing the sword. There you go. Z target. Jump slash. Beautiful. Beautiful. Round of applause. Round of applause.
A blue rupee is not worth it.
Was it though? There was serotonin collecting it. The serotonin was immediately killed.
I was
But
going to
yeah,
say
you're
Narvel just deserves much more for that.
that certainly felt, yeah, that hurt. Like, yeah, I finally got it. For a bloopy? Damn it.
Oh man.
Man.
Why did there have to be a blue pea?
Yeah, it's okay. Sag. Oh, so look where we're finally going. That place that is in Logic with that item that we have that no one uses.
Well, actually, I think it's in Logic with just Song of Time, or a Gorn Tunic or Nehru's Love and Magic alongside the hook shot.
I
I didn't
believe
even need Nehru's Love.
I believe Nehru's plus a hook shot or Song of Time also puts it in logic as well.
You
So
you would only need Nehru's if you are on Oko mode, or maybe quad damage.
if I'm not mistaken, that Nehru's is part of that logic. Someone in chat can correct me on that, but I believe that Nehru's is actually part of that logic, part of the considered logic. But that's okay. So what did we just, guys? Can we just take a second to look at Turtlebeard's screen? Inside Ganon's castle, hoards a strength upgrade. Can we talk about that for a second? I thought all our dungeons were foolish.
There's our forest bed.
The forest bed rears its ugly head in the river.
We know where all of our songs are. Songs? They're not songs. We know where all of our rewards are.
So, surprisingly, Turtlebeard, having seen that hint, I'm not sure if Narvel has, although maybe I just missed them reading the hint. Turtlebeard took a very big note of it. You know, it sort of made them realize, it looked like they sort of went, whoa, because they sat there for a second looking at that hint. Which that hint completely confuses you.
Mm.
Why do I need to get anything in a dungeon? My dungeons are foolish. So
I mean, it's
now you're like, okay,
castle.
well, you know, now you're sort of panicking, going, wait, what are the settings again?
Is Ganon's castle not considered a dungeon for the sake of this seed?
Well, that's a great question. But normally you would think, yes, Ganon's castle is a dungeon. And if the settings was every dungeon is foolish, you would be correct. That it would just be lumped in with every other one. But we just got a hint that said something that we would probably need is in the castle. So
In before the lighthouse or on light trial. That's the twist.
So what does that tell you? It tells you
I'm being
we
told
might
to have a
need to
read
be
of the
in there.
settings.
Means we might need to be in there longer than we thought.
Alright, let's have a read of these settings. Because... Okay. Oh!
There's a very specific reason that the word all was not used.
Because Dungeons to be completed is just... Like, it is all dungeons. It's just all child dungeons, all adult medallion dungeons, and all side dungeons. Ganon's Castle is not... It's not a side dungeon. You have to do it to beat the game.
It's also not listed
Mm.
with every other dungeon on purpose. And that beautiful lapse of judgment confused a lot of us.
Or a spirit
That's
med,
why this is a Rubik's Cube. That's why this isn't your average plug in your settings and play.
Wait, we need to do math?
I too DNF'd. This was a spicy meatball that made me think my face off. And I really appreciate the fact that I did after the fact, because I learned a lot from it. Nice way to check that skull out of logic in these settings.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't told we need to do math in this, or computations and whatnot. I thought this was just a nice casual seed. You could load in, you can go, and somehow find rewards in the overworld, I guess.
Yeah, we hoped that would be what we had, and instead we have a Rubik's Cube.
Mm.
Like I said, this very interesting logic puzzle that makes you question whether or not you read something correctly.
I will field was. That's an interesting one.
So Turtlebeard finally heading towards this other side of King Zora, that part of the settings, open fountain. Really weird you don't need Naruto's letter to be behind here, but it's really nice.
Mm.
We get to see what's back here. Inside
Wait
Ganon's
a minute.
castle is the way of the hero.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on, just a sonic second.
Wait,
here.
wait, what?
We need to go into Ganon's castle?
What?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what? So anyway, moving on. What's behind the skull?
Oh, we got first
Oh my
intros.
goodness, our first projectile in the entire seed was
Also,
in the
Gerudo
open
Valley.
fountain.
Gerudo Valley is
hecking
Woth.
Gerudo
Lake
Valley
Hylia
is
Woth.
Woth. Gerudo Valley and Lake Hylia are Woth. You gotta love that. Valley Lakers rejoice.
Light Med Logic? Not only that, that's the only medallion Turtlebeard's missing. That's the only one they need.
Unfortunately, the light medallion in Turtlebeard's instance is the one in Cac. Which is really unfortunate if you've done Cac skulls already, because if you've done it without a projectile and didn't do it out of logic, there's no way you're thinking about that one skull.
Potentially, yeah.
So that's
Well,
actually
to be
quite
fair-
unfortunate.
To be fair, we're in the area, we could just pop over and check it.
True. That is very true.
Storms!
You gotta love to see a Song of Storms.
Mm.
That's more skulls. Excuse me, that's more scrubs. That's more cows. Storms are very, very useful. And Storms is more hints, too.
Yeah.
You get access to quite a few more hints with Song of Storms, so...
It shouldn't stop at 4.
Uh-oh.
Why is the bot not... Hold on.
Uh-oh, the Scrubs Butler is having not a great time again.
Alright, I'm bug fixing this because
Oh, yep,
Okay.
Narvel just read the hint in the river for the first time.
One, two,
Yeah,
three.
I'm actually
It
quite...
should be. Hold on. Yeah, it should be.
Well, that is unfortunate. Maybe the, Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it might be that it was just not working correctly. I don't know. Like, looking at the code for it?
Love that. Hyrule Field, Desert Colossus, Sacred Forest Meadow, Ganon's Castle, Green Valley, and Lake. We still don't know what's in the valley or in Ganon's Castle, although we know a hinted strength is in Ganon's Castle. So that could possibly be our path, probably, most likely. But we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think so. You'd think so. He shrug. Well, and the SFM opponents definitely make sense. Items can't be double hinted. Oh, you're right. You're so right. Thank you. Thank you, Velvet.
Also, we're
Pardon
gonna
me.
lose the bugs. No, we lost the bugs.
Tragedy, the bugs are gone.
We did get the skull to spawn though.
The bugs, there are quite a few bug spawns, and it's easy to check them if you have a sword.
Hmm.
A lot of them that you have to like break a patch of grass, and if you have to use a stick for that, that feels pretty bad. So having a case sword is pretty nice.
Beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep.
This is when I'm realizing how much I appreciate low HP sound is set to weep. Oh, this sound kills me, kills my soul.
So you prefer weep, weep,
Oh yeah,
weep, weep?
we finally get to see what's
weep.
on Burning Cack.
It's Requiem.
Requiem. Hello. Well, that's another song. We should probably play that.
I'm personally a preferer of no low health sounds.
I mean, yeah, it certainly can give you a little bit more anxiety when you don't want it.
I'd just prefer to be able to listen to the custom music that's playing without interruptions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to be, honestly. Oh, this is where are we going on Turtlebeard's side? It's just really unlucky that she's going to CAC as an adult. That feels pretty bad.
We can do
we do. I mean, that's Burning CAC. That is useful. We do need that, but it is quite unlucky that the skull that she needs is in here.
We also got a Von Wasp.
The songs are quite potent. Songs are very important. Always route your songs whenever you can. So you do see Requiem, and you're no matter what, you're like, I'm playing that right now. Give me another song, please.
Lawn Ranch. What did we get there? We got, well, obviously we got 2 awards. Spirit and Water Med. What else did we get there?
Is it just the Spirit and the Water Med?
We got other things. We got a song.
The song was Serenade, though, and Serenade's a foolish song.
Yeah, Serenade is not a wasp.
And look at that! Finally, we found our ZL in the desert. Hooray! Oh no! And that's actually not bad here. You've just checked everything here. I mean, it kind of sucks, but you see your health back. Puts you over here. Don't have to deal with the cacti anymore. The levers.
Did we get a scale in Lolo?
That is true. Where did we get the scale? Scale was
Scale was in CAC. Okay. Yeah, scale was one of the skulls in CAC.
Correct. Red brick skull. Yes. So now, we get to see more scrubs. Yay, scrubs!
Light Medallion is in CAC, yes. It is on the ladder.
Light Medallion CAC is the ladder skull, yep. Which Narvel collected out of Logic with a stick. Quite successfully. And now Narvel has every reward, and we're on the way to the lake? To port back in front of the castle?
To get OOT. Song on OOT.
I love it.
It's
good routing. That is pretty good routing.
I believe it's slightly faster to Serenade and Owl for it compared to Prelude and Walking Out, especially if it was
make sense. With Bunny Hood too, like that's so much faster. Yeah, I always forget about that too.
Yeah, less scene transitions as well.
Right. And on OOT we have Song of Storms. Yay. Love it.
Which could be the the hero item.
Turtlebeard did
Just
see that quite a lot earlier, but
I
now
also
Narvel's gonna have access to the rest of the cows and the scrubs that they didn't before.
I
And
believe in the hint distribution we have, Zelda's Lullaby can be Way of the Hero. I believe in the hint distribution that we have.
that could be correct. That does make sense. I think
Therefore,
you're right on that.
our Way of the Hero in Colossus could just be ZL.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought about that.
Which to me is probably screaming light trial. Like light trial, ZL check.
Right? That's scary. That's horrible. You don't want to go there. You don't want anything to be in there.
And as
Okay,
such,
well,
the twist.
there's some stinkiness afoot.
There's not much stuff ZL lock, that is true. Like, there is very few checks that are ZL locks in a seed like this, and that's one of the only things.
Yeah, it does. That is a check in Ganon's castle, and when you have limited item pools and this few checks, sometimes just having one item, or excuse me, one check being put into the pool is kind of all you need to prioritize it. So that's what's so interesting about these settings. There's nothing. They're the items. Where are they? It's because there are none.
Not many checks, not many items.
Froggies! Woo! Woo! Finally get to do our first Frogs 2. But first, music.
Velvet, do I need to do a frogs command in Butler? Like telling you what the song for Frogs 2 is?
Yeah, because I don't know it. Oh, down, left, right, down, yeah, something like that. There's some lefts and some rights and some downs. I know there's no ups. That's what I do know.
There's no ups. I know that there's a few A presses in there as well.
That would be correct.
Always have your frogs command ready.
Oh, thank you, Blue. Coming to the rescue with frogs command.
I don't think Butler can. Let's do a test real quick.
Oh, if we can add them in real time. Pause champ?
Frogs 2 notes.
This Narvel slowly gets rich and gets a whole bunch of money that he doesn't need. And Turtlebeard at the same time, also doing Frogs 2. Both players getting the hammer at the same time, which is kind of interesting.
I saw the things, the arrows.
What's that?
Python can read the arrows. Like I just paste it into the what's it called?
Right.
Into Butler's.
Hey, there we go. I had to refresh the chat. But nicely done. I'm gonna need to copy that for my own stream. Love that.
Right, I can flesh out this command.
And while Narvel does it, of course, first try. Love that. We finally get our first Megaton hammer. He is so happy to see that. And then we get to go over here. We finally have the Song of Storms. And there's some scrubs over here. So we should finally probably check those. Finally got our hammer. That was hinted. Frogs too, nonetheless. But gosh, we finally got it. Huh. Wonder what's in here. The bomb shoes. What? Excuse me? Pardon me? Evil. We just got our hammer that we worked so hard to get.
Don't tell me there's an item on claim. Wait, no, claim check's dead.
And it was only one pack of chews, and it was right here. Blocked by storms, which was our last song that we got anyway. It was quite brutal. You gotta love it. Quite spicy. One of my favorite things about the seed, actually. That's it's just.
You only get one pack of chews. There'll also always be a 5-pack.
And yeah, that was a 5-pack. We get no more than 5. So.
Only 5, no more, and no less.
It was kind of rough with only 5. You can make it work though.
There's not many.
A lot of save and quit though.
There's not many bomb locked checks in
right, not in these
Child.
settings per se, but an interesting thing about bomb chews is that they can allow you to peek certain things that you wouldn't normally be able to if, let's say, you didn't have a slingshot, but you had a pack of 5 chews. Which is relevant.
I think Turtles remembered the Catskill that they left behind because they couldn't do it in logic at the time.
Are we back? Well, looks like we're here with purpose. I love it.
We're so back.
That makes me so happy. We're so back. We're so back. Okay, and suddenly, it's not as bad as we all hoped. We all thought it was.
We are just missing a bow and the arrows that can pierce the heavens.
We'll find those eventually.
Wait.
Right.
This is an anime.
Well, I mean, it kind of is an anime when you think about it. Speaking of anime, don't you just love that giant Pepsi bottle in Link's hand? That's pretty anime. Thank you, Pepsi Man.
I'd rather the giant scythe.
Yeah, okay, well, that's fair. The scythe is the best weapon. Like, hands down. Hands down. However, that Pepsi bottle is a close second.
Nah, the
also, shout-outs to Link slowly falling in the sand whenever you do anything. Collect an item or play a song in the desert. You just watch Link slowly sink.
I actually think that the giant Pepsi bottle is third, because second is the scythe, and first is a scythe that is also a gun.
Ooh, okay, fair. Fair. Ruby weapons are just so cool.
They are. And they have cool names as well.
I agree. If only we could have a gun or a sword that transformed into a Din's fire cannon or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, give me that.
But also, may I interest you in the custom Ruby model? Because you end up having Crescent Rose in gun form whenever you shoot an arrow.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I always forget about that. Well, we're going to the forest, are we? And we're having a think. Okay, yes, we are going to the forest. Think is over. Turtlebeard going to the crater as a child.
There's a skull here.
There is a skull here.
You can't get the song, Turtlebeard. I'm sorry. Okay, how
Yeah,
about this?
You cannot do that, unfortunately, as a child.
Yeah.
That skull though is nice, if we get it, but definitely not getting that.
How about this for a weapon then? A leak.
A leak. Oh my gosh, yes. As long as you get to spin it in a circle. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wouldn't think of anything less.
We found a Hylian shield.
Wow, yeah, and you gotta love the Hylian shield as like one of the last things that you find.
Mm.
It's nice that we started in this settings with the mirror shield. That's just kind of nice. Thank you, Velvet. We appreciate that. Starting with that shield was nice. But why is that Hylian shield there? Come on. What? Come on.
I think it's also one of two copies because Hylian shields are technically junk.
And I think it might only be one, honestly, the way these settings are with it being a limited item pool. I think there's only one in one of the... There are two? Oh, okay. My bad. Excuse me.
We have
This guy was
two.
correct.
Mm.
Oh, one is in a
are-
dungeon. Oh, that makes sense.
I believe there's also 4 Deku shields as well. Again, junk items.
A turtle finally
that'd be
on the way.
3. Okay. There are 3 Deku shields, not 4.
Mr. Ganon himself. So, we know there's a strength in here.
Yes.
Our first strength, nonetheless. We gotta love that.
We also know that currently Zelda's Lullaby is Way of the Hero, so we probably need that strength. And 2 more.
We certainly might. That's okay. We're in Ganon's castle. You know, these checks don't take that long. Just
No.
look at the scrubs and then you're done, right? In these settings, right?
We have a hammer, so we can just whack a hammer down once and these scrubs will just pop out of the ground. There's that strength.
So seeing that strength is nice, because it's right here. But then, the question you ask yourself, is that it? Am I done here? Surely I'm done here, right? And that was the thought that Turtlebeard had as well.
Going to Bolero.
Unfortunately, they didn't get this before, so that makes sense that they get it now.
The market is There's only one check in the market total in these settings. I'm not surprised it's a foolish choice.
Right. There is absolutely nothing to do there. Which is the case a lot of the time. So
I mean, we got the Goron sword, and we don't need the Goron seed to beat the seed. It's definitely nice.
yeah, it's definitely nice.
It's gonna help us kill Ganon and Ganondorf faster. Well, actually, no, it didn't help us kill Ganon faster, just Ganondorf.
Well, it does. I mean, yeah, it does. It does allow you to, if you don't want to use the hammer, let's say you just enjoy power crouch stab with a BGS, you can also do that.
Yeah.
It's a quality of life in Ganon.
If we didn't have the hammer, yeah.
So there are the BGS enjoyers out there that don't want to use the hammer in that fight. I used to be one of them, but that's okay. Hammer's OP. I've learned to love it.
And if you don't,
Gotta
and
love
if you-
that cow being dead. I'm so sorry. What were you gonna say?
if we have neither hammer nor BGS, anyone want to do Deku Nut strats?
True. You can. We can absolutely do that.
Wait, does that
That
mean
is
that
true.
we can damage flare dancers with Deku Nuts?
I usually don't know about that. I don't think they're coded to be able to be damaged by a Deku Nut.
I think they're in the same code link as Ganon.
Really?
Because the Goron sword does 1 damage to them.
Maybe.
Someone could try. Yes.
That's spicy. That's spicy. I don't know.
Someone load up a seed and try and use Deku Nuts to damage the flare dancers.
Flare dancer. That's so cool if you could do that. That would certainly help in no-hit randos with Enemizer. So the one thing I did want to mention is that we do have to unfortunately remember that inside Ganon's castle is a path. So...
And thinking about it, it's our only... Actually, wait, no, ZL is... No, we don't need to use ZL for Goron City at all.
Right. If ZL is part of the path because we need Strength 3, then that means we can logically deduce that... Oh wait, that's more than just the scrubs in here. So that means this dungeon's not foolish. So what else is in here? Is what Narvel is wondering.
The light that pierces the heavens.
First thing we check is the ice trial. Water trial, excuse me. I always think of the ice trial.
I need to read the
Nothing
settings real
there.
quick. Do we have chest sizes matches contents?
I believe we do.
Scrub space. We have... Okay, so it's scrub space, which means we do have chest appearances matches contents.
Just appearance, not size.
Yes,
Seems
just the
Narvel
appearances.
getting what is in the forest trial? Hover boots. Oh my. Okay. Well, that must be a part of another path, right? That's our path in here, right? The hover boots.
Yeah, it is.
Hover boots.
Wait.
Surely that's all we needed in Ganon's castle, right?
Actually, wait, I don't think hover boots unlocks anything
In these settings,
in these settings. No, I think that
you are correct. Maybe
I
in
think
another
that's-
setting, if you had to, let's say, go kill Volvagio, or
the
maybe
hover
if you
boot-
had to get this room with, oh look, the items that we have available to us,
I
but
mean,
no fire.
to be fair, it does mean we can cross the bridge in Death Mountain Crater, and that's it.
And how spicy is that?
That's a rang.
The Rang inside Ganon's castle in Shadow Trial 1. Ugh.
Go
Gotta
on,
love
no,
that.
Gerudo
And
Valley
upon-
is also paths.
Valley is a path. So what do we have in the valley? We haven't seen anything in the valley, I believe, so far.
I can't remember.
And with
what
that
was in
deduction, I will remind us all, happy 1 hour. I want to go ahead and thank everyone that's done anything to help put this together. Winter Wonderland is such a cool event. Thanking Velvet and my co-commentator, Sky, who we've been doing a fabulous job coaching you guys through this trauma sequence for the rest of us. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, thank you, Sky, for doing this with me.
And thank you, Seth from Deadly Sins, for joining me in the booth and helping me entertain the masses as we enjoy this seed.
Yes, enjoy the chaos that has been rolled before us as we
Yes.
hopefully solve this beautiful Rubik's Cube that is what we have in front of us. And look at what we have here. Something in validation chest. That's kind of useful too, huh? There's a hookshot in there. Third copy of Ganon is Path. Ladies and
Hold
gentlemen,
on a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a loaded Ganon's Castle. What in the heck is in here? What
Hold
the heck?
on. Question to everyone who knows the strong or very strong hint distribution. Is it one copy of each waft, or is it 2 copies of each waft? One copy, thank
One
you,
copy.
Sunny. That means
So-
that there are 3 major items that are required to beat this seed in Ganon's castle.
Correct. Ganon is absolutely 100% loaded.
Yes.
Where's the casino? Inside Ganon's castle. Oh, here. Everything is here.
I mean, you do spend, what, 40 rupees here because of scrub sanity? This could be the casino. Oh, the log shows double for all locations. Okay, so it's probably 2 copies per wash.
Now we finally get to see our light arrows hint.
Either that or it means that every wash location just happens to have 2 major items. Or multiples of 2 for major items.
We've been waiting this whole time to know, how do we kill the seed? How do we kill Ganon?
The
light
arrow-
arrows inside my castle. Oh no.
Also,
Oh,
thank
dear.
you, Blue Roses, for the experiment. Nuts do absolutely goddamn nothing on a flare dancer.
That is not what we want to see in here. We get to see what's over here. Surely there's going to be another item, right? I mean, everything's here, right? I mean, this will just be junk. This will just be junk. Oh, of course not.
Iron boots. That gives us a skull check. Okay, we don't have to do light spell. Thank goodness.
Gotta love the light arrows being right there. You gotta love that. So that's a like, whew, that's a sigh of relief.
Yep.
That feels pretty good.
We don't need to do light trial by the looks of things.
So if we have 3 different hints, all pointing towards Ganon's castle, what did we receive in Ganon's castle?
So Ganon's castle, we got boomerang, we got hook shot. Hook shot did lead to iron boots.
Right, but is that gonna be? Is that one skull gonna be path? Let's find out.
We got light arrows, but light arrows is hinted at Ganon, so I don't think it counts.
And Narvel knew exactly the skull that could have put this added to logic, and it was unfortunately vanilla. So that's unlucky. So that wasn't part of our path. What else did we get in Ganon's? Oh yeah, we got strength.
Right. Strength isn't path though because it was a hinted item.
That's true.
Like we were told that there was a strength in there, so we know that can't be the path item.
That's true.
We have a bomb bag, and wait, Goron City Foolish?
Yeah, the bomb bag is actually kind of a spicy spot. The bomb bag was the skull in Death Mountain Trail.
Goron City Foolish inside Goron City.
Narvel checking this skull that I didn't even know existed. And look at that. There's another strength inside Desert Colossus. Uh-huh. Wait, Desert Colossus is a path too. Huh. We got a strength here. Oh. Uh-oh.
Think.
That light trial that we thought we didn't need. And that might be in our future. Unfortunately.
Do we have to do it?
Surely we don't have to do it.
Please?
Surely there's something else locked by strength in these settings, right? But we do have skulls that are locked by strength. Or excuse me, scrubs, which we unfortunately have just checked. And they didn't pan out to anything. So
I
that
think
kind
we're
of stinks.
checking worst scrub and worst overall skull on Turtlebeard's side. Which, to be fair, isn't that bad.
Have we seen a copy of the hint for the worst scrub yet?
No,
Because
I think
they
we
are
have.
hinted in these settings. The Link's House Cow, the worst scrub in DMC, and Frogs 2 were the copies of the hints that we will receive in these settings.
Don't remember.
I do not believe we have seen a hint for the skull. Excuse me, for the scrub. We get to see.
Either way, Narvel's still checking Haunted Wasteland. There is still a check here.
Yeah, there is a skull all the way out here. Oh, that's unlucky. You gotta love the shield.
Mm.
Okay, so nothing was on the skull in here as child. So what about the scrub? Ah, ice arrows. I mean, in other settings, those are pretty cool. You gotta love blue fire arrows. Those are sweet. The nice arrows, though, that kind of sucks. That doesn't do anything for you in this settings. I mean, it doesn't do anything for you in a scrub seed, but it does absolutely nothing for you in these settings. Especially with no bow. That's just a slap in the face. Absolute slap in the face.
It does, however, help you do Mido skip even if you don't have a bow.
The ice arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Really now?
Yeah. You can still pull out a bow, you just don't have any arrows.
Oh, I did not know that. Huh. That's cool.
So next time you need to backflip over Mido to get to Secret Forest Meadow, and you have you have ice arrows, but not a bow or a hook shot, you can pull it out.
Cool. Today I learned. I feel like I've learned at least one thing from every restream. You gotta love this learning experience of playing rando. Turtlebeard finally planting this bean here. Probably thinking about that one skull as an adult. Which makes sense. There are a lot of skulls that could be potentially locked by the bean, so... Well, I say a lot, but I believe it's just 2.
I think it's just one.
One in DC. I believe there's one in... oh no, actually you can get that through normal beans. The bean just helps you get it in the river.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not logically required for it.
Bonk.
Gotta love the hookshot stress. She's just a joke. Absolutely terrifying casual playthrough experience. Like, oh my god, I get hit. Put me in jail? This sucks. You just destroy them in random. Gotta love it.
Meanwhile, I typically go... once I've killed that... what's it called? That Guru guard. I just go for accidental ISG.
Oh yeah, me too. I do that too. Gotta love it. That's one of my favorite things there. I love ISG. And I kind of hate that we can't use it, but I understand why. I get it. It would be too broken. It would just be too broken. It's fun to mess with, but it's just too broken.
Allow us to get it if we don't get an advantage. Sure.
Yes. Just for silly funsies. But not actually useful. Yeah. I agree. So, Narvel definitely has a bit of an advantage here. Turtle having all her songs. It's definitely gonna pan out, but that is really just getting Bolero check, which is Nocturne. So Marvel's not that far behind as far as Warp songs, but we're truly wondering where are our strengths? Because if that strength is Path in DC, we probably need to go to Light Trial. So where is that? Where is that last strength? And where haven't we
I mean,
been?
it's either the strength or the ZL.
ZL, right? That is true. It's so weird thinking about ZL as a potential path.
Mm.
And now we're gonna warp back to the beginning of CAC. Love that.
You're loving the Stone Tower theme from the
Or
Ghost
sorry,
and
not
Gerudo?
CAC, Gerudo. That's not Kakariko. Where are we?
How did I get here?
Why? I'm not in Kakariko. Wait, well, hold on.
We're
Where
not
am
in
I?
Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore. Except for Ocarina of Time or for Legend of Zelda normally. We're not in Kakariko anymore.
Yeah, with entrance randos. I'm not in CAC anymore. Can't wait to do my first door rando and be so confused the moment I go into my first loading zone. It's gonna be great.
You play Majora's Mask or Phantom Hourglass. I'm not in Hyrule anymore.
That sounds terrifying. We finally get to see what's in these scrubs in Gerudo Valley, which Gerudo Valley is one of our paths. So what's back here? Oh my God! It's our first fire source. An hour
Hold
15
on.
minutes in, we finally found our first fire source.
Hover
And what
Boost
in? Sorry, go ahead.
Inspire
My bad.
gives us Shadow 2.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
Go back to Ganon's castle? Question mark.
There's so many things that point to Ganon's castle through the logic. With our fire source, what in these settings is locked by fire? And I believe it's actually just one thing, and it is this cow right outside of Gerudo Valley.
Shadow 2 as well?
Yes, that is correct.
Although I think we need long shot for that.
I think you're right. Yeah, if only we had fire arrows, it'd be so much easier. Oh wait, where's our bow? So what is in the last cow that we are finally able to check? Surely this is our way forward, right? There's not much left. You get to check on what this hint is?
ZL...
They say that ZL can be found in the Desert Colossus. So what does that mean? That means ZL
Strength
is
is
not
path.
our path. Strength is our path. Wow. So, yep, Light Trial is definitely 100% on the menu. And speaking of Light Trial, yay, the Golden Gauntlets! We have a way to check that now. Nice-oo.
Is that a Naisu or is that a Monka?
I mean, it is kind of a Monka, but at the same time,
We have a picture.
You have Strength 3, so like it would be a Monka if you got that hint and then you're sitting there looking for your Strength, right? But at least you got that hint and then you got your Strength 3 right next to it. That feels pretty good. It was Monka for about 10 seconds until we got that Strength 3.
congrats to KR and 3Z for finishing the seed in a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Round of applause. Well done to be around an hour in these settings. That's insane in these settings. GG's. Really well done. So Turtlebeard following closely behind Narvel. Finally checking this this scrub. And Narvel finally going back to this light trial that we wanted to just leave it alone. This stupid black rock in Ganon's castle that we never want to move. What the heck's behind here? There's so many checks in here.
We don't have any strength, so we do not be here.
That's at least one gold chest. Oh god, there's another. Yeet that rock!
I give the turn an 8.2 out of 10.
Oh my goodness, it's the bow. And Narvel realizes that he is in go mode. Fabulous job. And immediately FW's back. And we're on the way to kill Ganon.
I want to say the Ganon climb music on Narvel's side is a Majora's Mask music.
Yeah, I think it's the moon crashing sequence when you're fighting the Skull Kid. No, when after you fight the Skull Kid, when the mask takes over. It's that. It's this cutscene. That's the cutscene. Yeah. Yeah, really great music in Majora's Mask. Love that game. Navi reminding us that she's completely 100% useful all of the time. Thanks, Navi. Appreciate that. And Narvel has a nice menu into the fight. And what do we have? Looks like we got some spicy... Oh, no. Jump bottle. Oh, and that's a pretty cool model for the bow, actually. For Pepsi Man. That was kind of interesting. I couldn't even tell what the heck it looked like, but...
Also a smooth one cycle.
That's a very nice one cycle, yes. And Turtlebeard getting their strength, too. Which is unfortunate that... I'm not sure if Turtlebeard has gotten the strength in the Colossus.
No, they haven't, because they don't have a bow. Not a bow, a hook shot.
Right. No, they don't have the hook shot from Ganon season to get it. So, that's unfortunate. This seed was quite a doozy to figure out. The back and forth from Ganon's castle being so heavily hinted in these settings that you're so used to thinking all of your dungeons lumped together are foolish. Really a spicy logic conundrum that not a lot of us are ready for. Oh no, and 4 HP coming into play, but luckily we're smart enough to get a fairy.
I think we just found that fairy in Gerudo Valley.
Oh, did we get a fairy in the valley? Oh, I didn't realize that. I forgot about that. Because I definitely filled up my bottles in here. When I checked scrubs in Ganon's castle, I emptied my bottles and put fairies in there. Because I'm like, I'm on 4 hearts. 4 or 5. How do we do this?
Nehru's Love is also...
Sorry, go ahead.
Nehru's Love would also be a good shout if you have it. Anyway, get those GGs in the chat. No, they just had one more Bring Up the Sword to go.
A really clean fight from Marvel. Oh, and you gotta love the Tektite jumping into the hole right here, right as Ganon's dying. And Turtlebeard appreciating the beauty that is the Tektite in the hole. And GG's from Marvel.
Narvel Base
Really
is
well
finished
done.
in second place with a time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 37 seconds.
It's awesome that Marvel actually has the second fastest time on top of the winning the race, so that's pretty cool. Big dub from Marvel. Really well done. GG's Marvel.
Win Restream, get second place in the race true race. Great time.
Yeah, that's a dub, all right. GG's. This was different. This was like I said in the beginning. This was a Rubik's cube that needed to be solved. This was not, go get your things. Just go find the things, idiot. No. This was a Rubik's cube, which is why I'm so excited to see our next Winter Wonderland seeds. And I'm not sure if we're gonna have a interview. Looks like Narvel actually is in the waiting room, so we just might. Hello, Narvel. Welcome. GG's. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. That was a really fun seed.
Yeah, quite the Rubik's Cube, huh?
Yeah, that Desert Colossus path was very, very useful, especially when that straight green Cowdrado.
Yeah, and what was an interesting thing about the seed is that because of the way all the hints are oriented, ZL could have been the path in the Colossus, and then you finally see that ZL was hinted, so you're like, oh great, the strength that's in the Colossus is our path. Oh no, my light trial. But yeah, quite a fun conundrum, I think, with the amount of limited things we had access to. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, I was operating under the assumption ZL couldn't be hinted path, but I don't know if that was correct. But yeah, seeing the hint directly for it definitely confirmed the strength.
Yeah.
Until I got that strength 3, I was doing that just because that was the closest I was going to get to it, but I was actually going to head out to the worst skull out in Zora's Fountain. Because that is strength 2 locked.
Right. Yeah, Turtlebeard was actually just checking that skull right as you killed Ganon. That skull is indeed terrible. You need so many things for that dang skull.
Is it as bad as Death Mountain Creator Skull's Child?
I mean,
this seed probably not because of where the adult spawn was.
True. But still, like, you had access to it, but when? Like, you eventually had access to it. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
I was caught off guard by the fact that we got all the dungeon rewards with basically no items.
Yeah, super weird, right?
Yeah.
And you did a really you had the smart idea of collecting that skull out of Logic and Kakariko, which really panned out for you because it was the light medallion. One of the 9 very important items in this seed, considering Ganon's castle was the actual definition of a casino, filled with money. Filled with nothing but goodies. The quite opposite of the normal rando casino. You gotta love that. It was just completely loaded. Yeah, he did a really good job with the seed.
Thank you. I definitely had some routing mistakes, especially early. Like, this is not settings I'm used to at all, so I'm running around like a cucko with its head cut off.
Yeah, of course. Definitely to be expected with these settings. I actually DNF'd and only figured out the solution and then sort of played through the seed after the fact. And so yeah, this was quite difficult. I did not figure out the Rubik's Cube, which I now understand, but that's okay because that's all part of the experience. These settings were a challenge, and it really made me aware of song routing and skulls that I didn't even know existed, like the one in Desert Colossus. That was our strength.
I will also add that sometimes the best thing you can do is just keep moving.
Yeah, that was sort of what I tried to do this seed. The fast bunny hood makes it easier to to run with one hand on the controller and then the other one with like a browser page open, looking at the skull and cow locations.
But no, just going towards a check is much better than just sitting around doing nothing sometimes. Because you're at least going towards something. You're progressing, even if it ends up being nothing.
True. You're still in motion, as opposed to standing there with your ocarina, which is what I'm doing most of the time. Going, where am I going now?
Yeah, the big one for me was like just the incredible urge to go to Adult Cac, which I still think is right because of the song, but it's just the song and the cows. Like, I mean, there's also the skull, but no hug forever, so that wasn't an option.
Yeah, could have been the scale too, but it did not turn out to be. Well, it actually could have been because we needed technically we needed access to ZD to get to Zora's Fountain, which was open in these settings, in order to get our first projectile, which was the slingshot, in order to get that skull, which was the light medallion in Kakariko. So, so I think actually the scale was needed. Now that I think about it, because we didn't have ZL at that time, because ZL was in the desert.
I think so too.
So this is my first moment realizing that I missed that last bullet point that fountain was open. That was really bad for me.
And that happened to me too, Narvel, and that's why I DNF'd. Because I never got that slingshot and was so confused. Yeah, don't worry, you're not alone there. Happens to the best of us. Sometimes we just don't read. Can confirm scale is Wath. Cool. Thank you, Velvet. So, yeah, we didn't have ZL for the longest time in this seed, and we needed it just to be able to gain access to Open Fountain, which was our only projectile forever until we got to the loaded, nonsense that was Ganon's castle. So.
But also, who reads? Like, we're Buta players. Surely we don't read, right?
Exactly. You just load up the seed and you just sort of figure it out. We don't need ZL with a scale for Fountain, right? Exactly. Yeah, and ZL was not Wath, specifically because it was hinted at being in DC. So, which of course you don't see until way late. Would have been nice to see that on your first 5 hints or whatever, but you see that pretty much at the end. So that's unlucky. But such is rando sometimes. Sometimes you just get unlucky. And Mido is just truly evil, and your hints are just in the worst spot ever, and that's okay. That's all part of the experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if chat has any questions for our boy Narvel, the winner, please type them in chat. Otherwise, I can't think of any currently. Other than just to say, really well done solving the Rubik's Cube in second place, no less, on the entire leaderboard of Winter Wonderland 3. So well done.
Oh wow! Yeah, congrats to Trez then on first place for the whole leaderboard then.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So definitely nicely done.
Thank you.
And we always love a waffle. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I got my main wish out of the seed, which was that Malon's obstacle course was not required. I finished about 2 hours slower if it was.
God. Yeah, the fact that it was a claim check was nice to see, knowing that, oh great, Overworld's dead. Right, thank God.
Oh, Narvel is apparently 4th at the moment.
I'm sorry?
This is Challenge Cup all over again. My ranking is rapidly dropping.
I'm assuming 4th overall out of everyone who has currently done this seed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, if there's no other questions for me, I think I'll go ahead and hop off.
Yeah, and like I
No
said,
worries.
nicely done. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of the restream. Your execution was fabulous, and yeah, nice job figuring out
And
the logic.
GG's.
GG's.
Yep. Thank you, and GG's to everyone else who ran it, and thank you Velvet for restreaming and making all the Winter Wonderland seeds.
Right, adios to our winner. We didn't get to the happy 2 hours, but that's okay. The seed was brutal, and it was amazing that Narvel could finish it so quickly. This took me quite a while just to be able to run through. So yeah, really, really interesting learning seed that sort of forces you to get skulls that you might not normally, and really challenges you to pay attention and read all the things that you might not want to. Always got to read the fine print. Fine print's the most important thing.
That pesky fine print.
Yeah, we all hate it and want to skip it. It's okay. I'm right there with you. And Turtle now coming back here. Hopefully going to this skull to get our strength 3. We might be having to think.
Or a health refill. Bunny Hood.
The poor bunny hood that we never see in Scrub Seeds.
Except sometimes if you see me play.
I've been thinking about routing it in occasionally. I really have. The amount of times that I've considered it is a little too high, honestly. And then I'm like, is this just slow? But I want the bunny hood. But I never do it. I doubt myself too much. I should be though.
There's a reason why I have an emote with Sonic wielding a BGS or swearing Bunny Hood.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I love that. And we're finally going to get this chest on top of the fortress over here. It's unfortunate that Turtle has not gone back to the castle.
It makes sense to do, you know, not Gouda Valley, do Gouda Fortress and Desert Colossus here though, because it's gonna be a trek to get to here if it turns out the Gavin's Castle wasn't the play. We know it's the play.
That is true.
They
That is
don't.
true. That is true. It does make sense to go ahead and get all the things out of the way. But as far as check density, if you've confirmed that we have 3 different paths to Ganon's castle, we gotta go there. Unfortunately. But that's okay. That's why these settings were so difficult. They're skulls you don't normally think about. Also, who knows the cows off the top of their head? You know? It wasn't me. I had to look those up for sure.
We don't normally go to cows.
Yeah, we there's a lot of things in this that we didn't normally do, so it's very easy to get sort of lost and not really sure how to route it. Because you've just done these things so little. Like, when have you ever come here except to do HBA?
Sometimes to get the skulls. Like if skull routing points you that way.
I suppose that's true. If you're here early and you're skull routing, it is kind of out of the way, but like it's still one more. So
also some scripts do end up doing RSL. So there is also that.
That is true. RSL does make things quite spicy. Oh, are we going to see the cool thing? Oh, okay, never mind. There's a really cool clip that Epona can do on the side up there on the very top, like the very edge, where she just kind of like falls off. It's very difficult to reproduce, but yeah, you can just sort of clip Epona off onto the second layer, which is pretty cool.
Fair enough.
Kind of annoying to do though. And it's not a glitch or anything. You just sort of take her from the top layer and put her on the bottom. It is kind of a glitch, but it's more of a exploit, taking advantage of the way floors are coded in OOT. Certain cliff sides are still coded as floors, which is why Epona can like stand on it for a second, and then the game's like, "Wait, you're not supposed to be here," and then puts Epona on the bottom floor. Yeah, shit. That's right. Cindy showed us. That was cool. And Turtlebeard, luckily, going back into Ganon's castle.
We have everything we need. I wouldn't be surprised if we... Actually, no. We don't need to go via IGC at OGC Ferry, because that is not...
Right, it's so weird to think about. It's not a check. Like, yeah, we have strength 3, but we don't need that.
No.
Right. Yeah. So the S8 grind almost baited me into not getting the light arrow hint. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, light arrows is needed for bridge requirements in S8.
And it's so useful to have, especially in these settings when you get here the first time and you're like, I don't have anything. Where in the heck are my light arrows? At least tell me that, Ganon. Like, please. Give me some sense of direction. All right,
got
turtle being
bow
like,
now.
dang it. It wasn't here.
I love that major item theme being Banjo-Kazooie getting the jiggy. Also, I
that's a
think
nice
we've got. I think we have. What's it called? What's the name of the place of the game? It's Minish Cap. I believe this is a Minish Cap theme.
I feel like I should recognize that. I have played all the Zelda games, but Minish Cap is the one I played the least. I did complete it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's the one that I just didn't play as much as the rest of them.
To be fair, the Zelda games I have played, Phantom Hourglass, Ocarina of Time randomized, Breath of the Wild. That's, I believe, it.
Wait, you haven't played Vanilla OOT?
Nope.
Wait, what? Wait, that's crazy.
My first experience,
That's
other than taking on the Deku Tree and dying to the Deku Tree,
wow.
was random.
That's quite brave. Honestly, I commend you for your first experience of OOT being rando. Random's hard.
It is. But to be fair, like I said, I grew up with the Scrubs community. So things I've learnt has been from Scrubs and from just playing rando as opposed to vanilla.
Well, we love that. We love that. I've learned so much from the Scrubs, and I've only been here for a beautiful 2.5 months. So there's always more learning to be had, more things to do. We love Scrubs.
I want to say just over 6 years? Question mark.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm a little
Actually, no.
baby in
Maybe
the
it's closer to just over 5 years.
Well, as we appreciate the Skies volunteering in the Scrubs community for over 5 years, we beat the heck out of Salt and Pepper. Nicely done.
Yes.
Especially very scary considering Salt and Pepper and this seed just one-hits you. When I was here on my game, I had 2 fairies in a bottle, and I had the bright idea of trying to attack Salt and Pepper at the same time, and I almost did the fight perfectly, and then got hit by both of them at the same time on the same frame, so I lost both of my fairies back to back immediately with no chance of being able to move. It was quite beautiful, and I suppose it's what I deserved for trying to go fast with 4 hearts, but that's okay.
I've just checked my how long I've been following the Twitch channel Scrub Central, and it's 16th December 2019, so it is just over 5 years.
That's awesome. Shout outs to the Scrub Central community.
Yeah,
That has been going this strong for this long.
it's been going strong for just over 5 years.
It needs all the support it can get, guys. That's you. Shout outs to you guys. We need more volunteers. People like you. Yeah, that's me pointing at you. If you guys enjoy this content, come be a part of it.
Are you just physically pointing at the chat on your screen?
I absolutely am. Can you tell? Can you feel my finger pointing at you guys? You don't actually remember where was it? Your BGS was inside the
Foolish Market.
castle, the pot room in Market. Yeah, Market Guardhouse. There we go. That's the name of it. Thank you, Velvet. Yeah, that scrub that like people always say that's too slow. I'm never gonna get that one. Or the skull, excuse me. That one's too slow. I'm not gonna go get that. That was your BGS. Gotta love it. Turtle finishing up here. Hoping we have a nice and clean Ganon and can round out Winter Wonderland 3.
Mm.
Once again, a reminder, as we get close to the 2-hour mark, but not quite at the 2-hour mark, just want to remind everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you to our trackers, Blue Roses for You, and Lady Draco. The people in the background that make this possible, we appreciate you. And a special thank you again to Sky, who is commentating this with me. This has been lovely to watch. And last but not least, of course, thank you, Velvet. None of this would all be possible without you. So.
I'd also like to shout out the runners, Narvel Base and Tuttlebeard, for agreeing to be on today's restream, as well as, of course, my co-commentator in the booth, Seven Deadly Sins. It's been a good restream.
Yeah, this has been fun. This seed, like I said, it's a learning experience. It's a Rubik's Cube, and it certainly makes you aware of, at least for me, the skulls I didn't even know existed. Yeah, very, very interesting knowledge check. On top of a very interesting rules check. Makes you think and it makes you read quite a lot. So this was quite a cool puzzle, all things considered. Difficult one. I can't say that I have a time on the board, but it was still quite a fun puzzle to figure out. That's okay.
Something basic literacy required to fully enjoy this game.
Yeah, maybe.
But times don't matter. This only for fun.
Exactly, Velvet. And I certainly received a little bit of trauma in the mix, but that's okay because I learned from it and had fun. Well, when do we ever not get traumatized from a randomizer?
Either way, put those GGs in the chat. Turtlebeard has finished the seed in a time of 1 hour, 49 minutes and 47 seconds.
Very nicely done.
About 2 hours. So my GG chat as well.
Yeah, really spicy third seed. And it's crazy to think that this is the Rubik's Cube that it was, and we have even more settings to go. And curious if Turtlebeard's going to hop in here for a, excuse me, not for a hiccup, pardon me, for a interview. Or sometimes people need some time afterwards to themselves after they run a seed. Your brain can hurt. You've been thinking a lot. You need some self-care. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to go get a glass of water and sit down for a second. So whatever the case may be, GG's. It was fabulous. And I enjoyed commenting this with you. This was really fun.
Everyone keep in mind that only fun matters. For Winter Wonderland 64 with Master Quest, Mix Pooled, and Pot Sanity. Also, by the sounds of things, we have been joined.
And that sounds like we have Turtlebeard in the mix. GG's to Turtlebeard.
GG.
Congratulations on Winter Wonderland 3 being completed.
Oh wow, yeah, I got there eventually.
I'm proud of you that you made it in the end. I DNF'd this seed. This was hard. It was it was a Rubik's Cube that I said many times in the restream. It really makes you think about the things that you never think about ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing Rendo.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah, because I was. It took me so long to realize that Ganon's castle could have stuff in, because I was thinking, oh, all the dungeons are foolish, but then Ganon's castle wasn't on the list. But then is it implied foolish or not? I don't know. So I just started checking things. Yeah. So
yeah, that was a big stumping point for a lot of people. Was that it's just like you said, was not listed on purpose. But the whole time you're like, but everything's foolish, right? Like, so nothing else is in here. But then you start getting multiple copies of the Ganon inside Ganon's castle hint, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I should probably go there.
There's more things in there, isn't there? Oh shit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but I mean, you did it under 2 hours, and
Yeah.
you're able to wrap it up pretty nicely. So
Hmm.
all in all, really well done.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was tough because well, I was thinking so much about the skulls and the cows because I don't usually do them. So I was thinking so hard about where they were. I kept on making silly mistakes like, oh, it's the wrong time of day, or I can't get into Zora's River from this direction, and things like that.
Right.
Just added on loads of extra time, but
So many things that you're just not used to thinking about, like this
mhm,
constant time of day, always needing the skulls. Like, yeah,
exactly.
it's very easy to just have an extra mistake here and there just because there's so many more things on your mind. And then the settings being like open fountain, like more things that you just never think about that you have access to now.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, this was spicy. I'm really looking forward to what we get as the 4th seed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much, Velvet, for putting these together. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of new settings, and yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, shout outs to the guy that makes this all possible. We appreciate you. I'm gonna say it a million times every restream because he deserves it.
Yeah, Velvet is the MVP of Winter Wonderland.
Truly, absolutely, truly. Well, yeah, crazy job. Love not having to see either of our runners DNF. We love seeing both finish.
Mm.
We love that. We love that for everyone. It looks like we have a schedule here. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Spicy. Looks like our next event is in 4 days. Very excited. Very excited. Oh boy. Rub your hands together. Yeah, speaking of, those might be important. Here, maybe we should tell them when they're going to see us next. So, yeah, in a couple of days, be here or be square or something. Yeah. Sorry, there's no brain left after watching and doing this seed nonetheless. There's no brain left in the tank. Feed too hard.
Yeah. January 15th is when we're restreaming Winter Wonderland 4, which will be at 11:59 p.m. UTC. Effectively, it's midnight. It's just so that those of us who are EU and UK coded know that it is, on the Wednesday, not on the Thursday, and it just makes things a lot nicer so we know what day it is. Winter Wonderland 5 is on January 18th. That'll be at 10 p.m. UTC. Winter Wonderland 6 is on January 22nd at 4 p.m. UTC. And Winter Wonderland 7, January 25th, 10 p.m. UTC. So yeah.
So yeah, mark those in your calendars, guys. These are coming up. You don't want to miss them. These were already spicy, and we have no idea what Velvet has in store for us for our next couple of seeds. So the spice is on the way. En route, in fact. And speaking of en route, it seems like we are en route to kill the Sheikah. Very comfy stream.
Go show them some support.
Yeah, please show your support. Tell them good luck. Thank you again for being here, guys. We wouldn't do it without you. So,
and we'll see you in the next stream.
Bye, guys. Have a happy time zone.